Did I decide to take my Superman bathrobe and cut it, mangle it, make it look like a Jedi robe for the premiere of Star Wars The Force Awakens? You bet I did. Star Wars The Force Awakens is directed by J.J. Abrams and stars Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, and a lot of others. Now, this is a spoiler-free review, guys, so make sure that you click on this and you watch it if you want a spoiler-free review. I will be doing a spoilers review later on. I'm going to watch it a couple other times to give you a really good in-depth review of it. But for now, let's talk about Star Wars The Force Awakens. I remember a time when Revenge of the Sith came out and we all thought that there weren't going to be any more Star Wars movies. George Lucas made it very clear, no more Star Wars movies. But 3 years ago, I was on my computer and I saw this headline come up towards the end of the night and it said, Disney buys Lucasfilm, plans more Star Wars films. I have been waiting until this moment to be able to see what they've come up with. And did they do a good job? Holy shit, they did a good job. Guys, The Force Awakens is amazing. On one side we have Finn, who's a stormtrooper that is looking for some kind of redemption, who doesn't want to be a part of the stormtroopers gang anymore. Rey's a scavenger. She lives on the planet of Jakku, and she's just trying to make her way through life. She's scavenging. She's trying to find parts and pieces to trade it in for things. She's like a very attractive Jawa, if you could think of it that way. These two meet and they go on a Star Wars adventure. This is taking place 30 years after the Return of the Jedi. So a lot of the things that happened in Return of the Jedi are now kind of considered to be myth, which is so interesting to think when they're like, is it true? Is it true about Luke Skywalker? Is it, you're Han Solo? You're Han Solo with the Millennium Falcon that made the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs? Guys, just bear with me. And then we have Kylo Ren, who's basically a Darth Vader sympathizer, Darth Vader fanboy, and I can say only that about Kylo Ren because this guy has a lot of secrets that you will find out later. One of the greatest things about this movie is to think about the undertaking of how J.J. Abrams was able to even do this. You're looking at a movie where we never thought was going to happen, and that J.J. himself even refused to take on the role as director because he didn't want to mess it up. Imagine, you're brought this idea that you're going to be directing the new Star Wars film, and you have to make it seem like new, but bring in the old nostalgic without having it seem cheesy or over the top. You have to make everybody still have that same feeling they had when they saw the original trilogy, while at the same time ushering in a new generation of people that are wanting to see these. That sounds crazy to do, but he did it. J.J. Abrams was an incredible choice for a director, and I cannot see anybody else doing this movie. You see things that you have never seen in a Star Wars film. You see a first-person perspective from the cockpit of a TIE fighter. These angles that you've never seen in a Star Wars film, because they technically haven't really been helmed by many other directors but George Lucas. And J.J. Abrams did an amazing job showing the action sequences and really bringing in the story along with the action, making it so brilliantly intertwined. John Boyega, Daisy Ridley, Oscar Isaac all did a fantastic job. The standout performance of this is definitely going to be Daisy Ridley. Fun fact, this is her first film ever. Just ever. John Boyega did an amazing job. I loved him ever since Attack the Block, and in this, he killed it too. Oscar Isaac, he did a great job as well, and he brought a lot of humor into the movie, and that was the other thing I want to touch on. There's a lot of humor in this film, but it's not stupid Jar Jar poop jokes. It's not ridiculous Boss Nass going It's actually good humor, and it made the movie better for it. The story of the film is amazing. There are so many good parts of the film, and there's so many good nostalgic moments. Carrie Fisher is in it, Mark Hamill is in it, Harrison Ford is in it. Having these three come back, you would think may not particularly work, but in this case it does. You see the nostalgia of the old generation, while at the same time they're ushering in this new generation, and it works so well. Now, as far as Kylo Ren's character, Kylo Ren is a very, very good character. You might be thinking that he's kind of a knockoff of Darth Vader. I'm telling you right now, he's not. There are parts in this, he's not even close to what a Darth Vader would be. He is very, very good, and there's a lot of things in his character that fleshes him out and makes him really interesting. Maybe the most interesting character of the movie. It's great to see Chewbacca back in his role. It's wonderful to see Harrison Ford back as Han Solo, and he again kills it as Han Solo. Is Luke in this film? Yes, he is. Is there anything else I can tell you? No, I can't tell you anything else. Go watch the movie, you'll find out more. The music in this is fantastic. John Williams did a great job, as always, making these cues go well and mesh well with the actual story arc. Although this is an amazing movie, there are flaws in it, and no movie is really perfect. There's always something you can look at. But with these, there's a few that I noticed that I just wanted to talk about. And I will definitely go into more detail in the spoiler review, but let's talk about it for now. Although there's so many good characters in this movie, there is one particular character that was incredibly underused. In fact, I was quite shocked to see that there really wasn't that much in this character, even though they kind of built this character up to be a little bit more important. So apart from that, there's something that you've seen in the poster, so I don't think it's spoiling. That planet that's kind of there that looks a little bit like a laser. It's something that is in the movie, I feel, not to really do much, but to be in the movie, if that makes sense. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's also something that doesn't do anything for the story and to push the narrative along. And that's it. That's the only gripes. I am not going to complain really at all about this movie. There are some little flaws, but at the same time, it's Star Wars. I'm going to give Star Wars The Force Awakens a 9 out of 10. Guys, trust me, this movie is worth your time. If you've ever been a Star Wars fan, prequels or original, go see this movie. Go check it out. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy being in the crowd where everybody's clapping and cheering. Be a fanboy with this. You're allowed to be a fanboy for this film. Stay tuned for a spoiler review coming out very soon, and I will see you at the next review.